At PKD Nursing, the primary mission is clear: deliver excellent, fast, and accurate healthcare to the community. And to make sure that standard never slips, the organization relies on a strict quality management system. But writing down a policy is one thing. How do you objectively prove those high standards are actually being met on the ground every single day? MS ISO 9001-2015 Clause 9.2 provides the formal structure for this proof by mandating scheduled periodic internal audits. The stakes for getting this right are high. Failing to execute these audits properly results in a major nonconformance, or major NCR. With the official serum certification audit approaching in November 2024, there is zero room for error. This brings us to the internal auditor. Their job is often misunderstood. They are deployed to gather facts and evaluate systems objectively. They are absolutely not there to hunt for individual mistakes or assign personal blame. Think of the internal audit as the organization's mirror. It's a proactive diagnostic tool used to check the health of the system before the external certification body even walks through the door. The process begins with an opening meeting. Here, the lead auditor and the team lay out the plan and divide the workload, usually assigning specific ISO clauses or department units to each team member. To stay on track, auditors rely on a primary tool. This is the internal audit checklist template, which organizes the investigation into structured columns for specific criteria and eventual findings. The checklist translates abstract ISO standards into practical, on-the-ground questions. For example, this filled-out ambulance inspection checklist shows exactly what to look for, right down to verifying the vehicle's maintenance records and the expiration dates of the medical supplies. With the checklist in hand, the auditor heads into the field for the core task: gathering Bukti audit, or audit evidence, to verify compliance. There are three types of evidence to look for. First is records, which represent the past. This means reviewing documented facts, things like patient files, maintenance reports, and meeting minutes. Second is implementation, representing the present. This requires observing physical activities as they happen, checking equipment, and assessing the safety of the work environment in real time. The third type of evidence is humans, which secures the future. Auditors interview staff members directly to test their competency and verify that they truly understand their roles and responsibilities. These interviews require specific soft skills. An auditor should ask politely, using phrases like, "Please show me," listen carefully to the answers, and then cross-reference those answers with the official procedures. Effective field investigation relies entirely on this calm, systematic observation and clear communication. It transforms the auditor from an interrogator into a collaborative fact-finder. So what happens when an auditor discovers a gap between the required standard and the actual practice on the floor? These gaps fall into two classifications. Direct violations of the standard are documented as non-conformance reports, or NCRs. Potential weaknesses are documented as opportunities for improvement, or OFIs. This is the official Laporan Peluang Penambabaikan form used to track those potential issues. Effective reporting requires strict objectivity. By keeping language clear and exact, the auditor documents the system without ever criticizing or accusing a specific individual. Every written report requires three mandatory elements. First, the auditor must state the exact non-compliance, or penuum. Second, they must provide the specific objective evidence found in the field, like a missing job description file or a piece of equipment that hasn't been maintained. Third, the report must cite the exact audit criteria, or the specific ISO clause that is being violated by that evidence. By structuring reports entirely around objective facts and specific standards, the audit process depersonalizes errors. It forces management to focus on systemic solutions rather than individual blame. Once the fieldwork is done, the process wraps up with a closing meeting. The lead auditor presents the team's findings to the department heads professionally, ensuring no specific individuals are named or targeted. But identifying the gap is only half the job. Now, the organization must implement specific corrective actions to fix the root cause of each issue. To guarantee those fixes actually worked, the internal team will later conduct a follow-up audit to verify the corrective actions on the ground. Finally, all of this data is compiled into a comprehensive audit report. This document becomes vital intelligence for the Management Review Meeting, or MKSP, guiding future strategic decisions. This PDCA cycle allows the organization to shift from reacting to errors to proactively managing risk. By identifying gaps early, management can predict where processes might fail and strengthen them before a problem reaches a patient. Rigorous internal audits prepare PKD nursing for the upcoming serum certification, but their real value lies in the documentation. Each resolved finding translates into a more reliable and efficient healthcare service for the local community.